to be the best version of yourself is to fulfill the unique potential that lies within you. It is to become who you were truly meant to be, to align your actions and your being with the highest good. It is, in essence, to participate in the divine plan for your life. Now, you might wonder why I, C.S. Lewis, a man known for my literary works and Christian apologetics, would speak on such a topic. But I assure you, the quest to become the best version of oneself is intrinsically linked to our spiritual journey. It is, in fact, the very purpose of our existence. In my book, Mere Christianity, I wrote, imagine yourself as a living house. God comes in to rebuild that house. At first, perhaps you can understand what he is doing. He is getting the drains right and stopping the leaks in the roof and so on. You knew that those jobs needed doing, and so you're not surprised. But presently he starts knocking the house about in a way that hurts abominably and does not seem to make any sense. What on earth is he up to? The explanation is that he is building quite a different house from the one you thought of, throwing out a new wing here, putting on an extra floor there, running up towers, making courtyards. You thought you were being made into a decent little cottage, but he is building a palace. He intends to come and live in it himself. This, my friends, is what it means to become the best version of yourself. It is to allow the divine architect to reshape you, to mold you into something far greater than you could have imagined on your own. But how do we embark on this journey? How do we begin the process of becoming our best selves? Allow me to offer some insights. Firstly, we must recognize that becoming the best version of ourselves is a process, not a destination. It is a lifelong journey of growth, learning, and transformation. Just as a tree continues to grow and reach for the sky throughout its life, so too must we continually strive to improve, to learn, to become more than we were yesterday. In my own life, I have found that this process of growth often involves challenges and difficulties. It is through these trials that we are refined like gold in a crucible. As I wrote in The Problem of Pain, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our consciences, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. So, do not shy away from challenges, my friends. Embrace them as opportunities for growth, as chances to become more than you were before. Each obstacle overcome, each difficulty surmounted, brings you one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Secondly, we must cultivate self-awareness. To become our best selves, we must first understand who we are, our strengths, our weaknesses, our passions, and our purpose. This requires honest self-reflection and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. In the Screw Tape Letters, I wrote from the perspective of a senior demon instructing a junior demon on how to tempt humans. One of the key strategies was to keep humans from true self-knowledge, because self-knowledge is a powerful tool in our quest for self-improvement. Take time each day for introspection. Ask yourself difficult questions. What are your true motivations? What are your deepest fears? What brings you joy? What gives your life meaning? The answers to these questions will guide you on your path to becoming your best self. Thirdly, we must cultivate virtue. The best version of ourselves is not merely the most successful or the most accomplished, but the most virtuous. As I wrote in Mere Christianity, the goal towards which the human race is moving is the state of being in love. This love is not merely an emotion, but a state of being. It encompasses kindness, compassion, caution, courage, wisdom, and all the other virtues that elevate the human spirit. To become our best selves, we must cultivate these virtues in our daily lives. Practice kindness, even when it's difficult. Show compassion even to those who may not seem to deserve it. Be courageous in standing up for what is right. Seek wisdom through study, reflection, and prayer. These are the building blocks of character, the foundation upon which your best self will be built. Fourthly, we must embrace our unique gifts and talents. Each of us has been endowed with unique abilities, passions, and perspectives. To be the best version of ourselves, we must recognize these gifts and use them to their fullest potential. In The Weight of Glory, I wrote, if we consider the unblushing promises of reward and the staggering nature of the rewards promised in the Gospels, it would seem that our Lord finds our desires not too strong, but too weak. We are half-hearted creatures, fooling about with drink and sex and ambition, when infinite joy is offered us, like an ignorant child who wants to go on making mud pies in the slum because he cannot imagine what is meant by the offer of a holiday at the sea. We are far too easy. Do not settle for less than your full potential. Do not be content with mediocrity when greatness lies within your grasp. Identify your unique gifts and cultivate them. Use them in service of others and for the greater good. This is how you become the best version of yourself. Fifthly, we must cultivate meaningful relationships. No man is an island, and we cannot become our best selves in isolation. We need the support, encouragement, and sometimes the constructive criticism of others to grow and improve. In The Four Loves, I explored the different types of love that enrich human life. Friendship, I wrote, is born at the moment when one man says to another, "What, you too?" I thought that no one but myself has these connections. These moments of shared understanding and mutual support are crucial in our journey to become our best selves. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, who support you in your growth. Be that person for others as well. In lifting others up, we often find that we ourselves are elevated. Sixthly, we must embrace continuous learning. The quest to become our best selves is a journey of constant growth and discovery. We must remain curious, open to new ideas, willing to challenge our own assumptions and beliefs. In an experiment in criticism, I wrote, those of us who have been true readers all our life seldom fully realize the enormous extension of our being which we owe to authors, ideas, experiences. These are the tools that shape our minds and expand our understanding of the world and ourselves. Never stop learning. Read widely. Engage in meaningful conversations. Seek out new experiences. Challenge yourself to see the world from different perspectives. This constant expansion of your mind and your understanding is crucial in becoming the best version of yourself. Seventhly, we must learn to forgive both others and ourselves. Holding on to grudges, resentments, and past mistakes only holds us back from becoming our best selves. Forgiveness frees us to move forward, to grow. In The Weight of Glory, I wrote, to be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable, because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you. This principle of forgiveness is not just a Christian concept, but a universal truth. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment, allowing us to focus our energy on growth and self-improvement. Eighthly, we must cultivate resilience. The path to becoming our best selves is not always smooth. There will be setbacks, failures, and disappointments along the way. What matters is not that we never fall, but that we always get back. In The Horse and His Boy, one of the Chronicles of Narnia, I wrote, I have sometimes wondered whether it was wise to wish for a world where one's deepest wishes would at once become realities. I am not sure that I haven't wished for it myself, but I can see now that it would be the greatest mistake. All the things one has wished for come crowding into one's hands, and then one doesn't know what to do with them. Life's challenges are not obstacles to becoming our best selves, but opportunities for growth and learning. Embrace them. Learn from them. Use them as stepping stones on your journey of self-improvement. Ninthly, we must learn to balance ambition with contentment. The quest to become our best selves should not be driven by a sense of dissatisfaction or self-loathing. Rather, it should come from a place of self-acceptance and a desire for growth. In Mere Christianity, I wrote, true humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. This balance between ambition and humility between striving for growth and accepting ourselves as we are is crucial in becoming our best selves. Strive for improvement, yes, but also learn to appreciate who you are in this moment. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Be kind to yourself in your moments of failure. Remember, the goal is not perfection. 10thly, we must cultivate a sense of purpose. To become the best version of ourselves, we need to have a clear understanding of why we're here, what we're meant to do, what contribution we're meant to make to the world. In The Problem of Pain, I wrote, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. Our purpose is often revealed to us through our passions, our pains. Pay attention to these signs. Reflect on what truly matters to you, what you feel called to. When we align our actions with our purpose, we naturally move towards becoming our best selves. We tap into a wellspring of motivation and inspiration that carries us through difficulties and challenges. 11thly, we must learn to live in the present moment. While it's important to learn from the past and plan for the future, true growth and transformation happen in the here and now. In the Screwtape Letters I wrote, the present is the point at which time touches eternity. It is in this moment right now that we have the power to choose to act, to become more than we were before. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts, your emotions, your actions in each moment. This awareness is the first step towards change and growth. 12thly, we must cultivate gratitude. Gratitude opens our eyes to the blessings in our lives and motivates us to make the most of what we have been. In Reflections on the Psalms, I wrote, I think we delight to praise what we enjoy because the praise not merely expresses but completes the enjoyment. It is its appointed consummation. When we cultivate gratitude, we not only appreciate what we have more fully, but we also open ourselves to receive more blessings. Practice gratitude daily. Take time to acknowledge the good in your life, no matter how small. This attitude of thankfulness will propel you forward in your journey to become your best self. 13thly, we must learn to embrace change. Becoming our best selves inevitably involves change, and change can be uncomfortable, but it is through change that we grow and evolve. In Prince Caspian, I wrote, Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different. Change often happens gradually, almost imperceptibly. But over time, these small changes add up to significant transformation. Be open to change. Embrace new ideas, new ways of thinking, new experiences. Remember, the caterpillar must undergo a dramatic transformation to become a butterfly. So too must we be willing to change to become our best. 14thly, we must learn to balance self-reliance with the willingness to seek help when needed. Becoming our best selves is a personal journey, but it's not one we need to undertake alone. In The Four Loves, I wrote, friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things which give value to survival. The same can be said for mentorship, guidance, and support from others. While these things may not be necessary for survival, they certainly enhance our journey and help us become our best selves. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Seek out mentors, join support groups, engage in therapy if necessary. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom and strength. 15thly, we must learn to balance our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. To be the best version of ourselves, we need to care for all aspects of our being. In the Screwtape Letters, I wrote, humans are amphibians, half spirit and half animal. We must nurture both our spiritual and our physical selves to achieve true wholeness and become our best selves. Take care of your physical health through proper nutrition, exercise, and rest. Nurture your mental health through learning, creative pursuits, and meaningful relationships. and tend to your spiritual health through prayer, meditation, or whatever practices align with your beliefs. 16thly, we must learn to embrace our imperfections. The quest to become our best selves is not about achieving perfection, but about making the most of who we are. Flaws in mere Christianity, I wrote, this is the whole of Christianity. There is nothing else. It is so easy to get muddled about that. It is easy to think that the church has a lot of different objects: education, building, missions, holding services. The church exists for nothing else but to draw men into Christ, to make them little Christs. If they are not doing that, all the cathedrals, clergy, missions, sermons, even the Bible itself, are simply a waste of time. God became man for no other purpose. Similarly, our purpose in becoming our best selves is not to achieve some external standard of perfection, but to fully embody our unique selves, to become who we were truly meant to be. Embrace your quirks, your oddities, your imperfections. They're part of what makes you unique. The goal is not to erase them, but to integrate them into a fuller, richer version of yourself. 17thly, we must learn to balance self-improvement with self-acceptance. While the journey to become our best selves involves constant growth and change, it's equally important to accept and love ourselves as we are in each moment. In The Problem of Pain, I wrote, we are not metaphorically, but in very truth a divine work of art, something that God is making, and therefore something with which he will not be satisfied until it has a certain character. God loves us as we are, even as he works to shape us into something more. We should adopt the same attitude towards ourselves, loving ourselves as we are, while constantly striving to become more. 18thly, we must learn to cultivate patience. Becoming our best selves is not an overnight process. It takes time, effort, and persistence. In The Horse and His Boy, I wrote, do not by any means destroy yourself, for if you live, you may yet have good fortune, but all the dead are dead alike. This journey of self-improvement is a lifelong one. There will be setbacks, delays, and moments of frustration. But as long as we're alive, we have the opportunity to grow, to improve. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Trust in the process. Remember, even the mightiest oak was once a tiny acorn. 19thly, we must learn to cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world around us. To become our best selves, we need to remain open to the beauty and mystery of life. In The Weight of Glory, I wrote, we do not want merely to see beauty, though God knows, even that is bounty enough. We want something else which can hardly be put into words, to be united with the beauty we see, to pass into it, to receive it into ourselves, to bathe in it, to become part of it. Cultivate a sense of awe and wonder. Look at the world with fresh eyes each day. Ask questions. Seek to understand. This curiosity and wonder will fuel your growth and help you become your best self. 20thly, we must learn to balance our individual growth with our responsibility to others and to the world at large. Becoming our best selves is not a selfish pursuit, but one that should ultimately benefit those around us and contribute to the greater good. In The Four Loves, I wrote, to love at all is to be vulnerable. Love anything, and your heart will be wrung and possibly broken. If you want to make sure of keeping it intact, you must give it to no one, not even an animal. Wrap it carefully round with hobbies and little luxuries. Avoid all entanglements. Lock it up safe in the casket or coffin of your selfishness. But in that casket, safe, dark, motionless, airless, it will change. It will not be broken. It will become unbreakable, impenetrable, irredeemable. To love is to be vulnerable. In our quest to become our best selves, we must not isolate ourselves or become self-absorbed. Rather, we should use our growth and development to better serve others, to contribute more fully to our communities and to the world at large. As we near the conclusion of our discourse, let us reflect on the profound journey we've embarked upon today. The path to becoming the best version of yourself is not an easy one. It requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to face our own shortcomings and limitations. Yet it is a journey of immeasurable value, one that leads not only to personal fulfillment, but to a life of meaning and purpose. Remember, dear friends, that in striving to become your best self, you are participating in something far greater than mere self-improvement. You are aligning yourself with the divine plan for your life. You are becoming who you were truly meant to be. In The Great Divorce, I wrote, "There are only two kinds of people in the end. Those who say to God that thy will be done, and those to whom God says, in the end, I will be done." To become your best self is to say to God, or to the universe if you prefer, thy will be done. It is to align yourself with your highest purpose, to fulfill your unique potential. As you leave this hall today, I challenge you to carry this message with you. In every moment, in every decision, ask yourself, is this helping me become the best version of myself? Let this question guide your actions, your thoughts, your relationships. Remember that becoming your best self is not about achieving perfection. It's about continuous growth, about learning from your mistakes, about embracing your uniqueness. It's about becoming more fully human, more fully alive. In The Last Battle, the final book of the Chronicles of Narnia, I wrote, but for them, it was only the beginning of the real story. All their life in this world and all their adventures in Narnia had only been the cover and the title part. Now at last they were beginning chapter 1 of the great story which no one on earth has read, which goes on forever, in which every chapter is better than the one before. Let this be your perspective as you embark on this journey to become your best self. See each day as a new chapter, each challenge as an opportunity for growth, each setback as a chance to learn and improve. And above all, remember that you are not alone on this journey. You are surrounded by others who are also striving to become their best selves. Support them, learn from them, grow with them. In closing, let me share with you a final thought from Mere Christian. It may be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It would be a jolly sight harder for it to learn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present, and you cannot go on indefinitely being just an ordinary, decent egg. We must be hatched or go bad. My friends, it is time to hatch. It is time to spread your wings and fly. It is time to become the best version of yourself. Thank you, and may you find strength, joy, and fulfillment on your journey of self-discovery and growth. Remember, the best version of yourself is not a distant ideal, but a potential waiting to be realized. It is within your reach, waiting for you to embrace it. As you step out into the world, carry with you the knowledge that every moment is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become more. Every interaction, every challenge, every joy is a chance to move closer to your best. In The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, I wrote, "Courage, dear heart," and so I say to you now, have courage on this journey. It may not always be easy, but it will always be worthwhile. Go forth with hope, with determination, and with the unwavering belief in your own potential. Be kind to yourself along the way. Celebrate your progress, learn from your setbacks, and never lose sight of the magnificent being you are becoming. Remember, you are not just improving yourself, you are participating in the grand tapestry of life, adding your unique thread to the cosmic design. Your journey to become your best self is not just for you, but for all those whose lives you touch, for the world that benefits from your growth and your gifts. As you leave this hall, I challenge you to take one concrete step towards becoming your best self. It might be a small act of kindness, a moment of self-reflection, or a decision to pursue a long-held dream. Whatever it is, let it be the first of many steps on this grand adventure of self-discovery. And so, my dear friends, I bid you farewell, not with a sense of ending, but with a feeling of new beginnings. May you go forth with courage, with hope, and with the unshakable determination to be the best version of yourself. Thank you, and may your journey be filled with wonder, growth, and the joy of becoming who you were truly meant to be.